Okay, here we are at European Motors again. It's just a beautiful spring day here, and we're going to talk about some of these. We got a beautiful Porsche Boxster S here that a customer graciously let us use for this video. Thanks, Dave, again for letting us use this car. We're going to talk about kind of getting a car out of spring storage. You know, this time of year, we just answer a ton of phone calls from you Porsche guys that either didn't disconnect the battery or forgot to disconnect the battery or forgot to put a trickle charger on it over the winter, and now you're faced with a car that's got a dead battery. And you know, those of you who don't have Porsches, it's like, well, what's the big deal? You just jump the car. Well, these are a little different, and here's why. You've got the car unlocked in your garage, and you've got a mechanical linkage here if the car is locked that you can just unlock the door and you can get into the car. And then you say, well, the battery's in the front trunk, Pete, so I need to get in the front trunk. And the way I get in the front trunk is right here. Okay, and these are electric switches. You've got a front trunk and you've got a rear trunk switch, and when the battery's dead, that switch won't work, so you're kind of dead in the water. So we get a lot of confused questions from Boxster owners and Porsche 911 owners about what the heck do I do? So here's what you do. Porsche was smart, and they thought of this. Some of the earlier cars, these are actually cable operated, which in my opinion is even better, but they at least thought of this scenario where a battery's dead and you got to get in and get power to the car so you can open the trunk to get at the battery. And this is what you do. Down here is one of your fuse boxes on this car. I think this is a late 2000s Boxster. This is a second generation Boxster. The 911s are going to be very similar, if not the same. And even the earlier first gen ones that went to electric are going to be the same. So you want to get access to this fuse box. So you just pull this open gently. You know, it's all just kind of plastic, so you want to be gentle with everything. And there's all your fuses. And if you look, there's a red one right there. And if you look really close, you can see it's kind of, oh, I can't get the trunk open. It's the I can't get the trunk open access point. So what you do is you just grab yourself a needle nose. This is going to be kind of hard while I hold the camera. And you just gently get a hold of it with your needle nose and pull it out just like so. Okay? And then as you can see, as it pulled out, it's got a metal plate on it. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, and that's your 12-volt access to where you can actually get power to the car that way. So what you would do at that point, get yourself a battery charger. You don't want to jump the car with this. You know, your results may vary. We never do that. That's just not heavy enough. Don't tell me that you did, because you just lucked out and you didn't fry anything. But I would not recommend jumping a car through that point at all. All you want to do is get 2 amp or 10 amp charge going into the battery so that you can operate the trunk. You might be able to put like a jumper pack on there maybe and get power to it too. I think some of the guys do that here. But if you have a battery charger, hook your positive terminal right to here, and then your ground, what I do is I hook it right to that door striker right there. And that's a great ground, and then I just let it trickle charge until I can get the trunk open. Once you do that and you've got, you know, your dome light coming on, the car's starting to wake up from its slumber, you can just pull that button and pop the trunk and get access to your battery. Okay, so there it is. There's the power post, if you will, by the fun clutch pedal. Just right there is where the fuse box is. So EuropeanMotorsIowa.com. Thanks for watching, guys.